Yeah, again, very clean. There will, it's hard to see, but there will be cars that have benefited from that. One of them was Marengo round the outside. Kirchhofer somewhere in there, able to hold his ground, and you've got the Porsche on the outside. Very tight fight coming up to Druids. The Porsche moves ahead round the outside, but brakes too late and then loses position. That was
Boccolacci.
1.9 now. He was 2.5 just a lap ago. So the front two cars are starting to squabble, and Juncadella's coming back into this race.
Simon Birch still with the fastest lap of the race to his name, but no playmates. And Feller to Leclerc. 7/10 last time, but look now, Danny Juncadella, who is virtually on the tail of the Ferrari. When they went over the line, Juncadella was 1 second back. It's going to be fractious
stopped, and it's definitely raining at the Ravenel S. So these cars are on slick tyres, remember. I don't think feel that enough of this massive Nordschleife lap is wet enough to have pitted, but this is going to be a launch into the unknown now. Slick tyres, okay, they're red hot because they're in the middle of a race, but where's the grip is the big question, and this is all down to feel, Snowy.
Wide further back for Morgan Tilbrook. Around has gone Mike Price in his McLaren, and that was Charles Dawson very aggressively sweeping round the outside. He's into third already. The Mercedes, Joe, on its toes.
Yeah, it really was. I just wondered if Collard went and then stopped for the line. Looked like he went very early out the final corner, and definitely I would say Mike Price got helped around some of the GT3 cars tripping over each other at the back. GT4 has been a pretty good start. Mark Warren has lost a place.
to go for Cian Jewis, who sets up the 2Cs Motorsport Mercedes. Make that one corner to go as he exits the Melbourne hairpin. It is job done. British GT honours then in our first round of the championship. 2 hours of Donington will go the way of 2Cs Motorsports Mercedes AMG GT3. Charles Dawson started. Cian Jewis brings it home for a fan.
Around the outside and try and unlap himself from the Penrite car. Just bail out of it, Will. There's no point fighting this, and he's smart and experienced enough to know that. So he goes through. Bailey Hall ticks another one off. Nice opportunistic move by the Corvette, who now sits third outright. And in race trim, they look decidedly better than they have been in the weekend so far. So the race is starting to come to them side by side here, further back. Out of
So close between them, and now it's the run to that line, that imaginary line, and Ben Green has done it. Moved up ahead of the number 4. Ben Green is going to get him this time a lot closer. Half a nose down the inside, but again, not quite close enough. And goes a little bit offensive. A lunge from Bastien Boost. That low shot makes it feel as though there was going to be an overlap. And a flash of the lights from Boost, because he can see that Menzel's getting closer.
It was such slight damage. I can't believe it would have broken anything, but potentially the rear toe link too weak on that McLaren, and it's definitely going to come in, and they're going to have to inspect that quite quickly.
Engel, who's on the escape road. Engel actually benefiting a little bit by all of that as he blends back into the traffic, but Picariello made a demon start, and so also there's Ayhan Guven in the black and gold Porsche.
So far, so good, and we're clean.
Except the Verstappen Aston was really sideways. Vermeulen got it all crossed up. I think he found all the marbles on the outside of the road. We're not that clean. Ralph Boner's gone around. And there, look, number 42 BMW, the Silver Cup Championship leading car is delayed as well. It has...
We saw a very similar incident in GT Cup qualifying, the GT4 race, but just look at that. As soon as he's locked up, there's absolutely no retardation whatsoever. And off goes the 96.
Lane in a couple of laps' time for the pros and the golds. So Van der Linde comes now through Clark Curve, and he has dropped back a bit from Hesser on that lap, has he not? So last time he was 1.3 seconds adrift. Gap's certainly gone up over the last couple of laps as through goes Kirchhofer, through goes Hesser, and their Ferrari versus McLaren battle. Mikey Porter in the orange McLaren just at the head of that scrum, and he's being dive-bombed, isn't he, by the AF Corsa cars all around him.
Still in control, though, and it's all down to the pit work that's going to take place in about the next 5 minutes or so.
That's Loris Cabarrou getting it wrong at Westfield, just clipped the curb on the inside, bounces wide. Leclerc fancies his chances of being the race leader before the pit stops. So this is now putting pressure on Feller, it's putting pressure on Lion Speed to deliver in the pit lane as well.
And what this actually will do now is bring Juncadella back in. So look, he's closed down.
Ran into the back. That looked like it was in between Flansgarden 1 and Flansgarden 2, where we take off just at the next point.
This is the battle for the lead, and Verstappen's got the run out of Galvinkov and goes alongside the number 67 of Dennis Olsen. They'll try. Olsen pulls to the left-hand side, so he doesn't get affected by this side draft and slowed down, and then he drops back in behind the AMG car. That is the leader ahead of them.
To be a costly loss of time.
Yeah, in that McLaren in front, Mark leaving the door open, now closer. Smart driving again, so Darren has to go around the outside. This will then maybe be a lunge on the BMW into the old hairpin. Darren decides not to positions the car well to make it obvious to Ravi Rami that he's not coming past. Now he's going to try and blast round the outside. Ravi gives him space, so that was efficient use of traffic. But you can see how tight it is in places here at Donington Park.
It is number 90, Mark Warren, in the lead. You can see already the difference in pace between GT3 and GT4, how it's two distinct races, two distinct packs already.
8 seconds of lap difference, you know, it's going to be, what, 10 laps, and then they'll be lapping each other. So, yeah, that's when it's going to get a bit crazy. Oh, and the Lotus is off. Is that the 84?
That's no. 88, isn't it? So that's the car of Ian Duggan. That's in the gravel at Coppice. Prepare for a full course yellow, says race director Peter Daly. Racing driver himself, very...
From the second row of the grid. He's going to try and rocket to the lead. There's still 3 wide, up to Griffin's Bend for the first time. Mercedes, AMG's fighting among themselves as they clear the way up. The Porsche has got some ground as well. Lucas Stoles went to the outside. It's actually going to cost him track position.
I think Tom Randall's got through to the lead there, Grills, as he went up into Griffin Bend for the first time through the Ford cutting in the darkness.
Important role, because he could start to back off a little bit. And there was an incident involving car. Oh, Jada down the inside of Yayafei. Can he get it slowed down? It was a late dive, and he's heading towards the barrier. He keeps it out the barrier, and Yayafei responds to go back up into second position. There was just a fraction little lock-up, and we've seen some big shunts down there today. The ABS system's not...
Be the winner. I think that 80 Lionspeed car looks fast. I think they're going to be there right at the end.
And there, a little bit of an incident between Giacomo Petrobelli and was that one of the Paradigm BMWs? But Scharndorf goes wide out of turn 2, and this is Bus's chance. No, it's not his chance because he can't level in a straight line with the Ferrari. He slips back again. He looks on the outside more in hope than in anticipation. Trying to bounce on Scharndorf, who does go wide. He's up the curb, and now Bus lines up.
The differences of BOP, and he'll now see the BMW start to go, and he needs to be careful he doesn't wear out the headlight flash button, and he's loving that, isn't he? That's for sure. And the more you get flashed as the driver, the more you look in, less you look in the mirror, sorry, so potentially he's actually the undoing, but he'll be getting the hurry up, because if Faruko can get past Lulham, then that's going to be a problem for Goretti being the pace, and actually Allen now into the race lead.
He's got to score decent points to keep Lu Wei's championship alive. So we've got, yes, a battle at the front, but for the championship, the 55 and the 46 are nowhere. Neither is the 29, really. Then Leo Yi in 5th position. Just looking there, doesn't have much of a challenge behind him. Ben Green looks mighty though, doesn't he? Already onto the tail of the Nissan, already challenging Yuka.
And then there's the McLaren pulling up behind as well.
And that McLaren is going for the gold lead against the Audi. The Porsche switches sides. Boccolacci is going to get the job done on the inside, but keep an eye on Simon Gachet in the McLaren. He goes through on the inside. He takes the lead of gold. That's Montenegro, the silver leader, going through as well. And all of a sudden, Arca has been shuffled back in the pack. Now, has he developed a problem? Was there a bit of contact that's damaged the car up at Druid? Look, he's it is being whittled away for no immediately obvious reason. That Ferrari is now the quicker car.
The thing is, this is the first time we've seen all weekend the race pace of the car over a stint. It could be that 10 kilos has just made that small difference. What it would tend to do is make it just fraction the Porsche fractionally slower at the corners. It would fractionally use the tyre.
Corner this season in all of the NLS races, and that's happened again here. It remains to be seen whether that will attract a penalty. I've got IMSA regulations in my mind, not necessarily the ones here this week. And huge sideways moment for the second Lamborghini, the Red Bull Abt car, and that's blown a tyre. Left rear tyre's gone as they were coming out of the S's, dives straight into the pit lane.
Properly treacherous.
Yeah, that is slippery. You can see on the Delta, Petromania was already a second down. Look at the tyre marks being left. No one has any idea who's got the grip, who doesn't. This has got to have someone going off through Crane the curves because this is seriously wet. Crank the traction control up, boys. Lift your vision up. Get off the road.
Here we go. So Morgan Tilbrook at the inside of the Lotus. Oh, you bang. That does rather answer the question. And a spin as well for Giacomo Petrovelli in the Aston Martin.
I think that was just a bit late from the Aston, wasn't it? I know it's a GT4. I know you're 8 seconds a lap quicker, but
yeah, he wasn't
that was just a pure wipeout, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.